Larissa just texted me that she will not be able to join today.
Okay.
Touch. Just three. We need three more and then we'll have quorum.
Good morning.
Good morning,
Good
Carol.
morning.
Morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, Natasha.
Good morning.
Good morning, Natasha.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, Susan. Thank you for joining us today.
My pleasure. I just sent you an email with slides. I don't know if it's easier for you to do that or for me to share my screen.
Whichever you want. I think we can do both, depending on if technology cooperates on your end and my end.
Okay, well, we'll see.
I have it ready if we need to go.
Okay, it's going to be easier for me to share my screen. So let's try that first when the time comes. Okay.
Okay, you are a panelist, so you should be able to.
Oh, great. Okay.
Good morning, Susan. It's Debbie Quaid. Are we going to have video from you or not?
We have slides.
Okay, all right.
So I'll be able to share my screen and run through them. I'm going to link to a couple of websites real quick, hopefully.
Louis, does she need to turn on her video?
Oh,
Yeah,
I
if you-
apologize. That's what you meant.
Yeah,
That.
there you
No,
go.
Okay,
that's
hi.
Hi.
I forgot my camera wasn't on. My apologies.
That's okay.
Good morning, Maggie.
Good morning. How are you? How was your weekend? Good?
All good, thank you.
Hi, Debbie.
Morning.
Morning.
And Chair, we have started transmitting on Facebook Live already, so
Okay. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to our Senior Affairs Committee meeting for April 25th, 2022. My name is Debbie Quaid, and I chair the Senior Affairs Committee with my co-chair, Oscar Lorente. I'd like to read our mission statement, which is to be advocates for the betterment of our seniors by promoting the physical, emotional, and social well-being of adults aged 55 years and older living in our diverse community of Miami Beach. Today we have, I'll do an introduction and roll call, and then we'll have a presentation by Susan Holtzman. And Susan is the older adult and special needs advocate for the Office of Miami-Dade County Mayor Levine Cava. We're gonna welcome you, Susan. I'll do an introduction first from each of our senior centers. Blackstone Apartments, Maria. Council Towers South, Natasha.
Yeah.
Good morning, Natasha. Council Towers North, Gladys.
Morning.
Morning. Federation Towers, Maggie.
Hi, good morning.
Morning. Four Freedoms, Inilda.
Good morning.
Yes. Rebecca Towers. I believe we're still waiting for Anna Rebello's nomination. Okay. From the Housing Authority. Stella Maris, Gabby. Unidad Larissa has an excused absence this morning. Carolina
Yes.
Kudros.
Hi, how are you? Good morning.
Good morning. Hispanic Affairs Committee Chair, we've got Gabriel. Gabriel, you here?
Yes, good morning.
Good morning. Jewish Community Services, Sandra. And Mount Sinai Medical Center, Oscar has an excused absence. So welcome, everyone. Our first order of business is to approve the minutes from our March 2022 meeting. You've all had them to read. Can I have a motion to approve, please?
Chair, we actually only have 6 members present. So if you
Okay.
wait a little longer to see if we have quorum, we could still do the presentation by Susan.
Fantastic, great. So our presentation this morning, Age-Friendly Initiative and the Thrive 305 results, presented by Susan Holtzman. Susan, thank you so much for giving your time to us this morning, and we're ready to hear your updates.
Great, thanks so much. Hi, everyone. So just to introduce myself, I was on the meeting, I don't know if it was last month or the month before, but I had to jump off. So I am Mayor Levine Cava's older adult and special needs advocate. And so a few things to know about me. I'm actually a gerontologist. I have a master's degree in gerontology. This is a second career for me after having a career in medical business. I went back to school because I thought that the growing needs of our aging population were going to be real opportunities for growth and innovation. So that's why I went in this direction. Fortunately, I worked with the mayor when she was a commissioner, and I was her volunteer advisor on aging population issues. So we were then able to work together in this position. And then she added additional responsibilities, which she tends to do. And so I became the special needs advocate also. So that encompasses disabilities and mental health. And, you know, when we're dealing with aging population issues, disabilities and mental health are also a big part of those issues. So it all seems to fit together pretty well. But I want you to know that I'm here. I'm at your disposal if you have questions, issues, problems in any of those 3 areas. My role here is to connect you with county services and also to work on policy affecting those areas. So budget issues, policy, potential special events, things like that. So I did put together a little presentation that I want to share. So I'm going to share my screen. I don't know. Host disabled, it says host disabled participant screen sharing.
Erin, can you assist us with that? Erin, are you there?
Sorry, Louis, what's up?
Could we allow Susan to share her screen? I made her a panelist, but it's not allowing her. There we go. Susan, try now.
Okay. Okay. Perfect.
Perfect.
Right, you can see this. Okay, so there's several different topics I want to cover, but I'm going to start with the Thrive 305 survey results. So when the mayor came into office, she initiated a survey of residents of Miami-Dade County, and this was the largest survey that was ever undertaken here in the county. So we had 27,000 respondents, over 1 million individual responses collected. That means, you know, individual questions. We went all over the county, and this was during COVID, remember, so this was quite a challenge, but we went all over the county. They were done online, they were done door to door in person. And so the idea was to gather information and to really help identify the needs of the residents of the county so we could then move forward on some new initiatives. And the idea here is we want to continue to broaden civic engagement within the county. And so I want to put that out there, that that's a major goal of ours, especially in the over 55 population, to get people more engaged in their own county government. So that's one of the goals for me. So I wanted to share with you some of the results just because they were pretty interesting. Sorry, I'm trying to get rid of that. Okay. So one of the issues that we asked about is, do you agree that people feel comfortable, that residents of all backgrounds, including my own, are welcomed and respected in Miami-Dade County? And people felt pretty much they agreed with that. But then when you got into, do they have equal opportunities? There was a little less agreement on that. And then safe and secure environment, we see even less. So that's going to come up again. So I wanted to point that out. And I've just taken sort of a snippet of the different information that we gathered. So the different categories were, one of them was services. So which of the services is most important to you? And public safety came up number one across all ages, race, ethnicity across the county. Number two was housing. And I know that we have a lot of housing people on the line here, so wanted you to see that. And number three was parks and open spaces, closely followed by transportation and mobility. The parks and open spaces also came up quite a bit, which is interesting. This was during the pandemic when the parks became very important to people to get out and be able to just be active and see other people. So that was an interesting outcome there. And then here's an age breakdown of which of the community services are most important to you. And I do want to point out that when we created the survey, I was very careful to make sure that they didn't stop at 65 and older, which was the original plan and is often the original plan, that people just think everyone 65 to 110 feels the same way. So we wanted to make sure that we broke that down and get a better understanding of people within these different demographic groups. So again, across the board, public safety came up number one. You've seen the 18 to 24 age range, housing, and this again was before the housing crisis that we're in right now. So this would be an interesting thing to look at again. And then second in our age ranges were housing, transportation and mobility, and social services. And third, parks and open spaces, housing, and arts and culture. So when you look at the work that your committee is doing, these are the areas that we found countywide were of the most interest. And then here's a breakdown by services area. And this was a huge amount of data and a large number of questions. So we don't have it all broken down. But as you can see, we do have Miami Beach here. And so you can see public safety. So, well, I think you can see where Miami Beach is. So public safety, number one concern. Second, parks and open spaces. Third, arts and culture. And then transportation and mobility. And housing, not as high as in the rest of the county. And then ranked by residents over 55 by neighborhood, and City of Miami Beach, public safety, parks and open spaces, arts and culture, just like we saw before. And again, the top things, public safety, transportation, housing, parks and open spaces. So again, this is sort of a snapshot for all of our residents. Public safety, number one. And then we asked people, and I thought this was pretty interesting. Do you feel safe in your own neighborhood? And most people do. And then we asked if they thought the county was safe overall, and not so much. So it's an interesting thing that people feel safe in their own community, but they really don't feel safe going outside of their own community. So it's interesting the impression that they have of areas outside those areas they know well. And then we asked about what people support to improve public safety. And again, I share this information for your committee as you plan for the future. So neighborhood improvements came up across the board. So that would be, trash pickup, trash cleanup, preventing dumping, street improvements, walkability improvements, so sidewalks, crosswalks, and then preventing gun violence across the board, and then reentry services. So reentry services would be those people coming out of any kind of jail involvement or punitive involvement to get them up and running again into an integrated life in the community. So those were the top three there. And then people, again, what would make your neighborhood safer? City of Miami Beach. The only interesting difference was we had improvements, we had prevention of gun violence, and then Miami Beach is the only one that had patrol as number 3. So more patrols on the street. And I think given that I'm sure you all are experts on this, but given the volume of tourism and the issues that we've had with tourism, that makes complete sense to me. And then housing, what are the solution? What's the best strategy for housing? And in City of Miami Beach, it was build more housing, encourage homeownership programs, and protect people from eviction. And again, this was during COVID when we had a lot of eviction protection. So things have changed a bit now, but this is important to consider. Then on mobility and transportation, again, City of Miami Beach, more services where we want to go, more services where we need to go, and more reliable service. So safety wasn't as big an issue on public transit in Miami Beach as it was in some other parts of the county, but service where we want to go and where we need to go and reliability were the top issues. And then in health, we talked about healthcare after the pandemic. So again, in Miami Beach, what would help support your health after the pandemic? Spaces for recreation. So that goes into that parks and recreation availability, programs and activities, which is also goes into parks as well as the cultural activities that showed up earlier, and access to healthcare. And then we also broke this down by race and ethnicity. So you can see that parks and open spaces crossed racial, ethnic, and income boundaries. And I'll just let you take a look at that for a few minutes. You can see in the Black population, affordable food was the number 2. That was number 3 for Native Hawaiian or other Pacific Islander, which, you know, that's a typical inclusion in surveys. We don't have a very large Native Hawaiian or Pacific Islander community, more an American Indian or Alaskan Native. And there are programs and activities, healthcare, access, and mental health services. And then for the economy, we asked, as we recover from the pandemic and the economic impacts of it, which is really where we are right now, how could your county help you to succeed economically? And in the older adult age range, interestingly enough, they were very supportive of attracting major employers across that age range. Supportive of apprenticeships and green job training. So when we talk about green job training, that has to do with job training related to green energy, such as solar energy and other environmentally supportive jobs. And then apprenticeships and investments in the 85 and older group, investments in infrastructure. So also I do want to point out that we had trouble getting 85 and older participants. So it's not, I wouldn't say that's a hugely representative group there because again, during the pandemic, it was very difficult to connect with people 85 and older. And then in civic engagement, we asked about what is the best way to reach out. And again, I hope that this is really valuable to your committee. You'll see that Email is the #1 way to reach anybody, which is a little bit surprising because the assumption is that when you're older, you may not use email, but that's not what we found. In the younger groups, you'll see social media. Social media was very high in the younger groups, and it goes way down in the older groups. So when you're planning your outreach, you want to make sure that you're doing both email and social media in order to reach both groups. Older adults also focus more on television. They get their news and information from television and from direct mail. So they're still looking for paper and the newspaper. Again, the highest 85 and older, they read the newspaper. But as you go across the board, that gets less and less. So I wanted to really quickly, let's see if this works, take you to the thrive305.org website. Yeah, it works. So because here you can see the results of the survey, and then you can also read the action plan. So what we have implemented in county government to address those needs that were identified within the survey results. So for example, priority 6 or priority 3 will say housing that people can afford, and you can take a look there about some of the actions that are being taken. And so again, I hope this is information that your committee can use to support the work that you are doing. And there is a link on here to see the results, the survey results. I'm trying to see where it is. Where is it? I think it's here under about. So you can see the survey results. They're not, I've pulled out the ones that I think are most relevant to you. We don't have them all broken down by age or by location the way that I showed you. So we could give you raw data if that's something that you're interested in, and then you could suss out the data yourselves, or we can talk about what we really need to take a look at and work with you on getting more information from that data. Okay, now I have to get back to my slide presentation. So I have to figure out how to do that.
Susan, I think that was a PowerPoint. So if you go down to your bar at the bottom, there you go.
Thank you very much.
Got it.
Okay. All right, so then I just wanted to share some information as far as we know that housing is a major issue. So I wanted to share currently there's a great deal of affordable housing being built, roughly 1,490 county funded units for older adults or in some stage of development across the county. So close to 1 in 3 affordable rental units are being built or renovated and are set aside for older adults. Not as much for that are disabled equipped, which is a little bit different, but there is a focus on building for our growing older adult population. And this is, I wanted to tell you about the housing summit that we are having. Unfortunately, I'm waiting to get the information. But there's going to be a housing summit. Let me just change slides because that looks terrible. We're going to have a housing summit. I would suggest that you might want to attend. There's going to be information on what the county has planned in the immediate future and in the further future, what the strategies around that planning are, what kind of housing is going to be available, what are the issues that are considered, and so opportunities to hear and interact with other people in the county regarding housing. And I'll make sure that I get that information out to all of you as soon as we have it, but it's going to be in the next few months. So then I wanted to just move on a little bit to livable communities. I know that Miami Beach is an age-friendly community. I don't know what I just did. I don't know how I took the words away, but okay, there we go. And so age-friendly communities are built around the 8 domains of livability from the World Health Organization. And so Miami-Dade County is an age-friendly community as a county. The state of Florida is an age-friendly community as a state. And then within the county, we have 12 or 13 now municipalities that have joined the age-friendly community. And I hope that you participate in some of the information that happens with those. There's a lot of there's regular calls, there's information on the age-friendly website, and a lot of resources on the AARP website. So again, as you go through your planning process, it's a great resource. And so they just launched something that I wanted to share, and let me make sure this, yes. Okay, so on the AARP website, they have a livability index, and this can be really important and valuable information. Again, as you go through your planning processes, so I just wanted to show you how it works. And this is, I just learned about, they relaunched this last week. Come on. I don't know, it's not working. There we go. Okay, so this is for all of Miami Beach, but you can put in different zip codes and it will rate it. So what you have here is your livability score. So in general, anything over 50 is considered good. So overall, Miami Beach gets a score of 55, and then you can go down and you look, they have the demographics here, and that's based on census data. But they look at the various categories, those 8 domains of livability. So transportation, Miami Beach rated very high. Where was it lower? In opportunities. So employment and business opportunities for older adults, not so much. Engagement, which the county rated low in engagement also. And as I said, we're really looking to get people more engaged civically. So this is something that I would love to be able to work with your group and partner with you on to get increased participation. And if you go over here, you can look at the information. It tells you what that is. And then if you go over here, they'll show you their engagement metrics. So broadband cost and speed, because that's an issue with engagement. Opportunity for civic involvement, the voting rate, how many people in Miami Beach are voting, the social involvement index, cultural arts, entertainment institutions. So those are the things that they measure. And they, if you dig a little deeper, you'll be able to see where they got their data. So I think this is a very important resource. And as I said, you can drill it down to, like if you want to give me another zip code of somewhere else on Miami Beach, or any place on the beach that might give us a.
What about
different...
North Beach, 33141?
So we'll see if that came up different. 52, a little bit lower score.
Mm-hmm.
And so you can see why. So I just think this is a great data resource. This is a great informational resource. It's not the be all and end all, but it might help you say, okay, look, maybe we need to do a survey just in North Beach to better understand, or that doesn't seem right to us, or whatever. So I thought this was a really great resource that I wanted to share with all of you. And that's all I have for slides. So I'm going to stop sharing and just ask if there's any questions, any discussion, anything I can assist with as you digest all that. And I know it's a lot of information. But I'm kind of a nerd about this, and I like to share this information. So, yeah,
So-
Debbie.
Susan, I have a question. I saw that programs and activities comes up quite a bit. After your discussion, we are going to, as we do every month, publish our calendars for social activities and things that our senior population can be involved in. It sounds like we're possibly not reaching them to give them this information. And what are you finding are the best ways to, well, obviously now we know email, but if we don't have email addresses, where are some of the places that we can publish our calendars for our centers that are located in 3 different locations on the beach, and they are able to get to them with public transportation at no cost? How else can you suggest we reach out?
Well, it did say newspapers. You know, the survey said that older adults read the newspaper and they look at print materials. So mailing a directory, I would think direct mail, and also publishing in the print materials. And it may be, you know, there may be the neighborhood kind of publications, you know, if they're not just the Miami Herald or El Nuevo Herald, but there may be neighborhood publications that are read. Or, you know, and the other way that's always a great resource is to share it through faith communities.
Through where?
Faith communities. So
Okay.
the churches and the synagogues and the mosques, they have a great outreach. And we actually have a person on our staff who deals specifically with faith communities. So if you need assistance there, we could probably help.
That might be a great idea. Now, Louis, I know we do publish in the local newspapers or the beach newspaper, but do we publish a full calendar or full schedule like you're going to be showing us shortly?
I'm not sure whether we do that on like Miami Beach Magazine or anything of that nature. I think, is that what you're talking about? Or
Right.
yeah,
Any
I
of the
don't think we do.
publications where we put out, because the calendars are wonderful. And Susan, you're going to see one shortly if you're able to join us a little bit longer. And if we could find a place, or even in the churches, if they have bulletin boards where they can be emailed to whoever's in charge and they publish it, that might be a great help. Do you have one of those to put up now, Louis? One of
Yeah.
our calendars? Let's just pick any one of them.
I can do that. And I think Gabriel's has his hand raised.
Okay.
Yes, I do. I thought MBTV would be a good spot to begin also, which is, it would be, that's how we publish Miami Beach TV.
We also have a Miami-Dade television station.
Right.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't know how many, I don't think we utilize that nearly as much as we could. So we're hoping to beef that up a little bit and make that really more valuable to people. But does
Right.
the Miami Beach station get a lot of viewing?
I think so.
I
Yeah,
don't know the answer to that.
that's interesting. I might want to learn more from you, how we can increase the viewership for the county.
So Susan, if you can send Louis any places that we might be able to set something up on a regular basis to get a new calendar for each of our 3 centers out every month where people can look at it. Do you have, Louis, do you have the North Shore Park one to put up? North Shore Park and Youth Center?
You know what else? If
Yeah,
you
you see all
have,
these programs, and they have lunch
Wow.
programs, and there's just, it's a free lunch program. The classes are fabulous, and it's a way to, it's definitely great. And I'm sorry to see that they are looking for more programs and activities. So I think Miami Beach does a really good job, and I'd like to be able to reach out more and get participation and just give people the information that these things are available. And once they
Right.
start with one, they'll find out more.
and remember that was during COVID that they were looking for more activities. So,
Okay.
you know, it's not completely. The other thing is libraries are sort of naturally occurring senior centers. So having these available to pick up at a library might be really helpful. And I apologize, I'm going to have to just get off for 1 second.
Okay. Thank you, Susan. If we don't see you again, thank you so much for giving us your time. Louis, can you find out, I know the guy, Brian Capley that handles the Miami Beach Library on 21st Street, very active, would be very happy to have these programs every month brought to or sent to him, and he could probably print them and put them in the library. And then if we could reach out to the other libraries. And I think if we just get ourselves a little bit organized in the beginning and then set it up on a regular monthly email, it should run like clockwork.
That could be good. Mhm. Very good.
Okay. I'm also
like-
going to connect with parking, Parks and Rec staff to figure out how they're getting this out to other senior centers or to, you know, on any sort of publication as well.
Can I ask any of our representatives, do you have these calendars posted in your senior centers or in your housing?
No, I don't have here in
Is there
Freedom.
a bulletin board or a mailroom that these could be posted?
Yes, we have here.
Okay.
You can-
Can you get Louis the information of who we would put on the email list to get them monthly and if they would be agreeable to post them?
That
Uh,
would be-
I will, yeah. I'll do this.
Okay. And the rest of you?
Debbie,
Yes.
I usually when I go to Escatraco or Unidad or Flamingo, I get the calendar and bring it over and give it to this social worker and put it in the board. Okay, I usually
And do you find that the residents are utilizing the programs?
they have time to look at it and choose whatever they want to do.
Great,
I think this helps.
thank you.
You're welcome.
Susan, also please let us know when the housing summit is. That would be interesting. And I have a question about housing. In the past, before COVID, there was money available to help assist someone to purchase a home. And I believe Miami Beach diverted some of those funds to COVID relief and COVID issues. I know that to apply for those funds, you had to attend some housing program, which was very difficult for anyone that I tried to help guide. It was very difficult to get into one of those classes. Are you familiar with what I'm talking about? Anyone, does anybody recall our housing programs?
I think there might still be funds available actually as part of that, but I would, Susan, I think you're muted.
Thank you very much. And this is to purchase housing?
This is to purchase housing.
Okay.
And the program required schooling, education, but it was very difficult. Dade County did have several schools that were authorized to teach about home ownership, but it was almost impossible for anybody to get into any of them when the classes were not offered. So when it comes to housing, especially for seniors that may have been in their apartment for many years, and now the opportunity comes where their landlord is going to be selling and put them out, there are some people that have enough income to be able to support payments, they just don't have the down payments.
Right. And yeah, I know we do have programs like that, but let me do a little bit of research and find out.
Okay. The big issue was the school. Nobody, the schools that you would call on the list from the website were either not offering it or there wasn't anybody that could get into a program. They just didn't have them anymore.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right, let me find out about that.
Thank you.
Mhm.
Does anybody else have questions for Susan? Okay, thank you, Louis. The first time home buyer applicant for a condominium, okay?
Yeah, that's what I was able to just research right now. But I can
Wow.
send this around and look into this further for you guys.
Okay. Should be able to current work with the lender title. That's fantastic. Okay. So we need to get more accessibility for especially our seniors, to these programs, because it is becoming an issue where people do want to sell. And some of these seniors have been renting for 20 years.
Right. Okay.
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 Okay, thank you. Thank you. Well, thank you, Susan. If nobody has any
Thank
more
you.
questions for you, you're welcome to stay with us and or get on your day. Thank you very much. We hope to see you again soon. I'm really excited about this cooperation between your office and our office. And please let us know if there's anything you need from us.
Me
Thank
too.
you.
I am going to jump off, but as I said, you know,
Okay.
I'm here. I'm a resource, and I look forward to any ways that we can work together. So don't hesitate to reach out to me, and I'll be sending Louis all of the information that we're looking for right now. And thank you.
Great. Thanks.
right.
Have a beautiful
Okay.
day.
Thanks, you too.
All right, Louis, you're going to put up the calendars again. Let's take a look and see. Let's
Yeah,
go
and
with.
actually, before we proceed, Madam Chair, I see Gabriel has his hand up. I don't know if he had a
Oh, I'm
question.
sorry, Gabriel.
I know, I was called upon. I'm sorry. I'll lower it.
Okay, and then we've
Thank you.
also had Gabby from Stella Maris join and Larissa join. So we have 8 members present. So we have quorum.
Okay. Thanks, Louis. I don't see the hands when they're raised, so just keep an eye for me and tell me, and I
Will
will
do.
go to them. All right, now that we have a quorum, I'd like to get the approval of our March 2022 minutes, please. I need a motion to approve. You've all been sent the minutes and hopefully you've read them.
So moved.
Motion by Gabriel.
Do we have a
Second.
second?
Aye.
Imelda? Imelda, please?
And Nilda second, okay.
Yes.
I do.
Those in favor? Aye.
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 Any opposed?
No.
Okay, the approval of the March 2022 minutes has been passed and they will go
Aye.
into our record.
Aye.
Thank you very much. Calendar of events. Flamingo Park, I think we saw that one. North Shore Park. And Scott Rayco Youth Center. Do we have that, Louis?
Should we, I have North Shore up now.
Okay. Flamingo, there's just so many things.
Mhm.
Bingo, dance fusion, Tai Chi,
Sorry about that.
flamenco
Okay.
dancing.
Should I go to Flamingo now?
Yes, please.
Okay.
Okay, that Flamingo, you know, has the swimming pools, so you've got a lot of water aerobics. There's chair aerobics, Tai Chi, dance fusion, and now Scott's Rayco Youth Center. Any of you that need these calendars and you want them emailed to you so that you can forward them to whatever, please let Louis know and he'll get you the current calendars. Louis, can you ask whoever puts these calendars out to put the address of the center where put the address for Scott Rayco, Flamingo, so that as they're distributed, people can look and see what address that is?
That makes total sense. And Larissa's telling me that they have a new Snapology class. I don't know what
A
that means.
what?
Snapology.
Okay. What is that?
Let me see if I can get Larissa to activate her.
Okay.
All right, Larissa, it's a Lego class. Oh, wow.
A Lego class.
Lego class. Oh, God.
Larissa, you should be able to speak now. Just unmute yourself.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, good morning. I've been trying to do that. Yes, it's a new class called Snapology. It's with Legos. It's very good for the seniors. They're having a blast with the class. It's twice a month. All the that we have in the center are come from Parks and Rec, and some of them from the Miami Beach School for Seniors forgot the name, or elderly, I'm sorry. We are trying to get an English class for them and also a basic computer class for them too. And I hope to see that in the calendar for the next school semester.
Great, thank you.
And
That
you
sounds
could see,
exciting.
and you could see on the calendar that Snapology is going to be offered May 4th and May 18th.
The classes that we have from Parks and Recs, they run all year, but the classes that we have from the school, of course, they work with the school calendar. So during December, and every time they have like holidays or a vacation, we're not gonna have that class. Our flamenco and Snapology.
Great. Does anybody have any questions on the calendars? Perfect.
Well, it would be good if we could put an explanation about this Snapology means, because most of the people are going to see, and what is this? They don't know. Like something to clarify. I don't know.
Well, Parks and Recs are the ones who does the calendar. I'm not able to change it, but I will let them know. It's a STEM class, but I will let them know to put that note.
All right, thank you.
Do we have any new business? Okay, before we go on to our calendar dates, I just we did not do our discussions. So I'm going to call on each of you to give me an update on your property. Blackstone Apartments.
Absent.
Okay. Council Towers South. Natasha, do you have any updates for us?
Yeah, to say, it's in my minutes. Yes. Good morning again to all. Happy Monday. The repair works of the Concept Tower South building is continuing to advance in the different areas. Only one of the elevators is for the constructor and materials, Monday through Friday during daytime hours. Happy because some residents participate in the Zumba, Tai Chi, exercise, history of art classes, and drawing in the Federation building. How you know it's very important for physical and mental health. I am happy. Is some resident is this building participating in Federation building. I want to say the celebration of the Pride Park in Ocean Drive was excellent. I like it so much. It's very nice. On a personal level, I enjoyed the first time the Salsa Festival in Hollywood. Very, very nice. I love it. Thank you, Carolina. Hey, thank you, Liliana. I enjoy it. Thank you so much.
Great. Fabulous, thank you. Council Towers North, do we have Gladys here? Federation Towers, Maggie?
Hi, good morning. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, we in Federation Tower are very happy because for the first time, the management of our building have the idea to do a terrarium. Many tenants participate. We spent 2 hours in Earth Day last Friday, 22nd, doing that, sharing very nice time together, also get snacks and raffles. Also, our different exercise classes gain a lot of popularity. As Natasha says, many people from other buildings come to enjoy it. So we are in good health, spiritual and physical. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Maggie.
Okay.
For Freedom, Hilda?
Hi.
Hi.
Oh, well, here for Freedom, everything is doing good. we have our community room open, and then we are having a lot of events to the residents. And also we have here Collins and Indian Creek are open now. We are happy because the traffic is flowing very well. And we'd like to thank the mayor and the commissioners for doing a very good job. Okay, we are happy now.
Good, good. Stella Maris. Gabby?
Yes.
Aaron, could we let Gabby share her screen? Are you there, Aaron?
I am. She should be able to share her screen. I allowed it for everyone.
Okay.
Wonderful.
All right. The first, we would like to know what progress there is regarding the crosswalk signs on Harding Avenue. And the second, for the pedestrian safety, it will be possible to pay the entire sidewalk. Can you see in this picture? It's in the close to the corner. When we cross the Harding Avenue, we have to jump this side. It's very dangerous. It's very uncomfortable to cross this side. You see the street. It's no safety. There are different levels here to here to here and this here. I would like, if possible, to do something, and either here at the hall where it's necessary, because when it's raining, it's very healthy to clean. But we crossed in this point to this point to go to the beach. This side, please, you pay attention about this area, please. Thank you.
Louis, who can we take that up with?
Transportation, yes.
So do you guys do a motion to urge the government to do that, or how do we do that?
You could do a motion asking the commission to urge basically the Department of Transportation, the city administration, Department of Transportation and Mobility to look into it. My understanding is because this came up 2 meetings ago or 3 meetings ago, I asked transportation to look into it. They have to get FDOT to allow for this temporary signage or install this crosswalk. I also looked into with Public Works. That picture, Gabby, I think is an outdated picture. Public Works went ahead and cleaned the area.
Yes, correct. Yes, this is pictures before.
Right.
After that, now it's clean the trips, everything. But in this area is really very, very important to pay attention.
Right, because that's not a crosswalk right now, is what transportation has told me. So
I see so the design is supposed to be a gardening or something grass, but it is little rocks, but it's very uncomfortable to cross. The people is in danger.
Right, no, absolutely, because I don't think that's a designated crosswalk right now. That's what we're trying to achieve, right, Gabby?
Right.
Yeah,
when we talked before, you talk somebody and then they clean it
that was Public Works.
Yes, that's okay. But now this is another point we have to pay attention.
So yeah, the committee can either do a motion urging the city commission, and that would involve the entire city commission or a commissioner to pick it up.
I'm gonna motion that, because I think that's a continuous thing that we continues to see, and it's very slow moving. So at this point, I'm gonna motion that we get this going, at least for the residents of the area, and see at least if with that incentive if we could do it. And I would also send it to the Hispanic Affairs Committee. That way we would bring it up and we would support it as well. So I'm gonna do a double on this one.
So your motion would be exactly, Gabriel?
To to send it to the board of the mayor and commission and to get this, the departments going on this because it's been an ongoing issue. So my motion would be to pass it on to the commission and see how they would.
So basically urge the mayor and commission to prioritize the
Yes.
installation,
And the crosswalk and, and to
Of a
expedite it
cro-
as much as possible.
the installation of a pedestrian crosswalk on
Because this is something I continuously hear Gabby ask, and yes, it's been worked on, and yes, it's been cleaned somewhat, but really the crosswalk is still something, and it's quite a difficult road to cross,
So before we lose your train of thought there, so urge the mayor and commission to prioritize the installation of a pedestrian crosswalk on Harding and 87th Street.
Correct.
And
And
then
then-
also share this motion with Hispanic Affairs.
Correct.
I have a question before we vote on it. Gabby, everything that's been going on for the last several months that we've been hearing about is that you need a new crosswalk where the people are crossing to that grassy spot. Is that correct? With the flashing lights?
Yeah, the flashing lights could be, we would
Okay.
like it in this area. It's
So you're
definitely,
trying to get, because that's the way they come out of the building, you're trying to get a crosswalk where your mouse is pointing now to the
Mhm.
grassy area with, what do we call those flashing lights from the state? Crosswalk lights?
I think so, yeah, I'm not sure.
Yes, flashing crosswalk,
yeah,
yeah, pedestrian crosswalk, flashing light.
Okay, so it would be the Senior Affairs Committee, Gabriel, your motion, the Senior Affairs Committee would like the commissioners, the Miami Beach City Commissioners to research and
As I currently have the language of the motion, it says, urge the mayor and commission to prioritize the installation of a pedestrian crosswalk on Harding Avenue and 87th Street. Is
can we
that-
add the flashing lights to it?
that's-
this
And
is,
to incorporate,
The flashing lights are gonna be from FDOT.
yeah, everything's. gonna be
Somebody's got
fine.
to, yeah, they've got, the commissioners have to get after FDOT to get that.
Right, so you might as well include it because both things
Mhm.
go to FDOT. So you might as well include it in the motion. That way, someone who picks it up can then take both things.
Yeah. So including flashing lights. So I have the motion right now as being urge the mayor and commission to prioritize the installation of a pedestrian crosswalk, including flashing lights on Harding Avenue and 87th Street.
Mhm. Perfect,
Yes,
thank you.
Flashing pedestrian lights?
Flashing pedestrian lights, okay?
I like that. Thank you, Gabriel. And then did you add the part about take it to the Hispanic Affairs Committee? Do we need to add that or not?
I don't know if we want to incorporate that in the motion.
no, we don't need to incorporate that, but if
I
you
would
can
share
send
it
it,
with,
we'll
right.
share it with us and then we'll support it.
Do we have a second for the motion? Gabby, you gonna second it?
Oh, the second was the,
No, you need to
no,
second
no,
the
it's the
motion.
same. Everything is the same. Yeah, it's perfect.
Okay. So
So
Gabby,
Gabriel made a
second.
motion. I need a second.
No. What is the
Yes.
second? The first is the flashlights, crosswalk, and to fix the
Gabby,
yes.
all you need to say is I second the motion because it's all included.
Gabby, you second the motion.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
perfect. We have a second by Gabby.
Sorry.
Okay, all those in favor, aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Now the motion passes with unanimous approval. Thank you very much, everyone. Gabby, is there anything else you'd like us to know?
No.
Okay.
It's enough.
Thank you. I appreciate you doing this.
Thank you.
Is Carolina with us?
Yes, but nothing for me this month.
Okay, thank you. Hispanic Affairs Committee Chair, Gabriel, do you have anything for us? What's new and exciting?
Well, we just, we're still working with the Mexican consulate for our Benito Juarez, so we'll keep you posted on that. We also have our Simón Bolívar event that this year we will be honoring the country of Peru. It's scheduled for July 24th, from 5 to 7 at Collins Park. We'll get you as soon as we can. We'll get you the flyer for that one as well.
July 27th
No,
or July
July
24th?
24th. Yeah,
What
Sunday,
time?
5 to 7. 5 to 7, no, 5 to 7 or 6 to 5 to 7. It's 5 to 7. We didn't want to make
Okay.
it too late.
As soon as you
When
get
the
it.
flyer is finalized, right, Gabriel, you'll send
Yes,
that.
I will share it with you guys.
Okay,
Yes.
perfect.
Okay,
And,
thank you.
And then we'll also then, on this meeting coming up, we'll support this motion that we just passed for that crosswalk to be installed.
I'll type up the motion and put it on a memo today and send it.
Thank you. We meet the first Thursday of every month. So we will be meeting on Cinco de Mayo is our next
Okay.
meeting.
Perfect.
Okay. And Sandra's not with us today. Oscar has an excused absence. Is there any other new business that anyone would like to discuss?
Just one thing, I'm hoping to bring the topic for the next meeting to be hurricane season preparedness. I think the hurricane season starts June 1st, so it'll be appropriate.
That'll be perfect. Perfect. Do you have upcoming food distributions or upcoming city commission meetings?
Yes, so we have one food distribution this Thursday in North Beach, April 28th, 7501 Collins Avenue. And then our May schedule is in South Beach, May 19th at South Shore Community Center. And then another one in North Beach, Thursday, May 26th at 7501 Collins Avenue. All our events start at 9. It's a walk up, no car needed. So yes.
Can you send,
Go ahead.
can you please send the flyers on that?
Yes.
Awesome.
The upcoming city commission meeting?
Upcoming city commission meetings, May 4th. Right now, a lot of the conversation has been certain projects around Lincoln Road and office space development. That's been taken up a lot. And then obviously the 5 a.m. to 2 a.m. roll walk of alcohol sales is still ongoing. They have not quite reached an agreement yet. So those are like the biggest talking or biggest points at this moment. Yeah.
And where are these commission meetings done on Facebook? If anyone
You can watch it on Facebook, MBTV, or you can sort of
And
join.
for our
on-
Facebook people, what's the, where do they go on Facebook?
City of Miami Beach Government is what you need to look up, the city's Facebook page. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. Upcoming meeting dates, you all have it in your agenda. Monday, May 23rd is our next meeting.
Yep.
And hopefully we'll have the hurricane issue. Then we go to Monday, June 27th, July 25th, August 22nd, September 26th, October 24th, and November 28th, and then Monday, December 26th. We may move that day as time goes on since it's through the holidays. Do we have anything else to discuss?
No.
If not, I want to close our meeting. Thank you all for joining us. A special thanks to Susan Holtzman, and I hope we'll be doing a lot of things with her in the future. And I will see you all next month. Bye.
Motion to
See you.
adjourn.
Oh, motion to adjourn. I'm sorry.
Bye.
Do I have a motion to
Bye.
adjourn?
Motion, yes,
Thank
motion.
Thank you,
Bye.
thank you.
Seconded.
Unanimous.
Okay,
Unanimous.
unanimous approved.
Second,
Bye.
Carolina, then.
Okay,
Okay. 8-0. All right, everybody, have a good day.
bye.
You too. Bye.